Hello guys, I'm still a bit sick so you'll notice on my voice, but well, I really never had the most brilliant voice in the world anyway, so it doesn't really matter very much. So, I will start by giving you some news, and then at the end I will in fact finish with a review of what we had last week. And well, there will be some interesting coincidences between the news and review from the last week. So I will start by housing, which in fact it's a point that touched me because well, that's my professional life, and it affected my personal life now. If you're thinking on coming to Porto, or if you're already here, you know how crazy are the rents and how crazy is the search for your room or flat. Flats are more fancy because you'll pay like a rent that, well, wow, it goes really high. Rooms, well, it's in nowadays the price of what we had as a price for a flat, for renting a flat 5 years ago, which is crazy, but well, it will be what you will find anyway, and there isn't really no chance of changing because, as you can see, Porto cannot be awesome without raising the prices apparently, and well, we are seeing now that in the statistics, there is almost one family per day who asked help to our government to not be kicked out from their houses. Which this is wow, it's impressive, and when it touch into families, it's quite painful because you see grandparents, children, adults on a very desperate moment to keep their houses. Well, if you're thinking about coming here or having an Erasmus semester here, start to look for your room. Try to, or at least avoid to do it by distance. I know you'll probably get cheaper and you'll get a room easily, but in fact, if you do it by distance, maybe you'll arrive here and instead of a flat or a room, you'll have a tent on the backyard. Which a tent on the backyard would be already good if the announcement will. And now, with some health new statistical numbers, it seems that it is the day of the statistics of old news and old problems. So guys, on the first 3 months of this year, we detected 4,000 cases of measles, of people who didn't really vaccinate their children because they still keep their theory that vaccination, it is just a very bad business for us and a good business for the medical industry. Well guys, with these medieval diseases, it is not really cool to play. But going into numbers, the champions of 2018 on the top number of people who were affected by measles, by a medieval disease, was Italy, France, Romania, Greece, and the UK. And on the first 3 months of 2019, and its numbers that are raising really exponentially, we have a top number of countries that is interesting: France, Lithuania, Poland, and Bulgaria. Guys, in 2017 here, we had a very sad case of a 17 years old girl who died in Portugal with measles. Along the way, since the moment that they took her to the hospital until she died, she contaminated other 7 people who didn't die, but they went on this automatic process of a very fucked up disease. If you breathe the same air, you're going to catch it. Please, if you're getting to an adult age already and you don't need your mommy or daddy to tell you what to do with your vaccination, well, curriculum, please seriously think about it and try to not contaminate other people and try to vaccinate yourself, to avoid like more sad news like the case of this young girl with 17 years old. And now, a short moment of reflection into our prison system. We got to understand now that 5 mobile phones per day are caught by the prison guards because the prisoners, they have phones and 5 phones a day, it's a lot. It means there is really a big market inside of the jails. Well, I know this is a problem around the world, but the incredible thing, and this will mix with the review I will make from this last week, is that as on the last episode I was talking about the student festival, that they really made a lot of sexual craziness, or a lot of sexual crazy moments where they exposed themselves into other people who had cameras. These prisoners have been like at least once a month sending videos to their families celebrating special moments in jail. And as the students at the festival, they were stupid enough to share it on the social networks. So people, either you are making a sexual crazy thing, or you are a prisoner, or basically you're committing a crime, think twice before you make a video. Maybe you'll help us to catch you in fact if you are a criminal. But if you're not really such a serious criminal, or if you are a very nice prisoner who was caught by the system, enjoy your phone and don't use the camera, man. Like, serious, don't share it on social networks. Otherwise, in the morning, you'll have a visit from the prison guards. Well, about the political crisis that was announced last week, it's just to tell you that it was a political crisis that was announced that never happened. At the end, the 3 main political parties at the government, they decided to vote against what themselves tried to approve last week. It seems that the common sense then it came up, and at the end, we have been talking for an entire week about the crisis. It just didn't happen. And about the student festival scandal, about people who are making or sharing videos from other people while being naked or having body shots in public, well, among all the other students. Apparently, all the society was very shocked with these videos, and they were all talking about how undignifying this was. But at the end, nobody at all presented a formal accusation to the guys who shared the videos. So, at the end, all went good, and maybe it was a lesson that if you do have a video from a friend of yours, well, as I said before, if you agree, disagree, want to share some idea, some comment, you can send us a voice message on WhatsApp to the number +351932521 and I will repeat +351932521 And if you want to check the entire podcast and the previous episodes, go to portopodcast.podbean.com, or you can check it on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/portopodcast. Well, guys, thank you very much for your time. Talk to you on the next episode.